Hello, my name is Coach Brian Heehan, and welcome to this instructional video on dynamic warm-up. Dynamic warm-up should consist of a series of exercises which last about 5 to 10 minutes and should be performed before all of your runs. Dynamic warm-up is important as far as minimizing the risk of injury and really getting your body prepared and ready for the run that follows it. So, dynamic warm-up has three important purposes. First, a dynamic warm-up will increase blood flow to your exercising muscles during your running. Not only the muscles that will propel you forward when you run, but also those all-important stabilizing muscles which will stabilize you when you have one foot on the ground. So, a dynamic warm-up will increase blood flow to those muscles, delivering important oxygen and nutrients, which can help you be prepared when you run so that you don't feel that out-of-breath feeling that you might experience when you first start running. Next, a dynamic warm-up will increase the temperature of those muscles that you are exercising during the dynamic warm-up. So that will make those muscles more pliable, more stretchable, and improve their function so that you'll be able to exercise through a greater range of motion. And this is also important as far as helping you to minimize the risk of injury and also to make you a more efficient runner. And then last of all, a dynamic warm-up is important because dynamic warm-up, these exercises will stimulate the synovial fluid in your joints to help lubricate your joints and improve, make those joints more functionable. Again, to help us improve our running performance and to help us minimize the risk of injury. So I'm going to demonstrate a series of dynamic warm-up exercises that I recommend that you do. And again, this should take no more than 5 to 10 minutes. So the first exercise that I'm going to recommend are shoulder rolls. So just gradually increasing the range of motion as you roll your shoulders forward like this. And I would perform about 10 to 15 rolls forward and then about 10 to 15 rolls backward, just like this. Okay, next I recommend that you perform arm circles. So I'm going to show you a couple of different variations with the arm circles, and this reminds me of something that I want to share with you, in that if you experience any pain, any soreness while performing any of these exercises, discontinue those exercises immediately. So why I say this before I perform arm circles is that with the arm circles, if you have any pain, any issues in the shoulder, in the rotator cuff muscles, don't perform the first variation that I'm showing you, but you might want to try the second variation of arm circles. So the first variation, what we're going to do, we're going to swing our arms forward, leading with our pinky like this. And I recommend that you perform about 10 to 15 of those. And then you can do about 10 to 15 backwards, just like this. Again, leading with your pinky. It's almost like you're doing the backstroke. So that's one variation. Again, if you experience any pain, any soreness while doing that, then what you might want to do is do arm circles like this. Just gradually increasing your range of motion as you make kind of larger circles like this. Do about 15 to 20 in this direction and then 15 to 20 in the other direction. So obviously we're warming up our shoulders, our upper back muscles by doing these shoulder rolls and arm circles. Okay, so let's move on to the lower body now. And the first exercise we'll do are heel walks. So you might want to swing your arms while you're doing these, but basically you're walking on your heels. This will warm up the shin muscles, and so I recommend doing about 15 to 20 steps walking on your heels. And then the next exercise will be walking on the toes, just like this, and do about 15 to 20 of those. You'll feel this one for sure in your calf muscles, so obviously we're warming up the calf muscles when we're walking on our toes. All right, next we're going to do walking high knees. So just bringing up your knees like this. This will warm up the hip flexors, the front of the upper leg muscles, and again do about 15 to 20 of those. Next will be walking butt kicks or butt flicks. So basically just bringing your heels up towards your glutes and doing about 15 to 20 of those. Those are beneficial for warming up the glutes and the hamstring muscles, the hip extensors. All right, a variation on the walking high knees is a walking high knee with external rotation. So basically you're starting with the leg out to the side like this, and then you're bringing the leg in towards the midline of your body like that. So alternating like that. And I recommend performing about 3 to 5 steps for each leg. So this is a great exercise for warming up the outer hip muscles, which are very important for stabilizing us when we have one foot on the ground. All right, what we're going to do next are we're going to do some lunges. And so a word of note with lunges is when you're doing a lunge, you want to make sure that your foot is stable. So this is very similar to when we're running. When we have one foot on the ground, ideally we want to have that foot stable. So when we're doing these warm-up exercises, we want the same thing. So we want to have that foot stable. We don't want the knee and the ankle collapsing in. If that's the case for you, what you might want to do is you might want to shorten your step when you're doing a lunge. So we're going to do 3 variations of lunge. The first one, we're going to do a lunge, walking forward. We're going to lunge down, and then we're going to twist to the side like this. And we'll twist back to the center, step forward, and then twist to the side. Do this over here. Stepping forward, lunging down, twisting to the side, twist back to the center, step forward, lunge down, twist to the other side like that. And just keep continuing. Do 3 to 5 for each side. Okay, the next lunge that we're going to do is a V lunge. So with the V lunge, you're going to step forward at about a 45-degree angle. Step down and then step back. You're going to alternate. And again, I recommend doing 3 to 5 for each leg. Again, making sure that foot is stable, trying to minimize the collapsing inward of the knee and the ankle. All right, the last lunge that we're going to do is kind of a V lunge to the back. So we're going to take a step backward and then lunge like that, step forward, lunge to the other side, stepping back, like that. And this one probably be a bit challenging, so just take it slow, and if you need to, just take a smaller step in your lunge so that you're stable. Being stable is the key aspect. It's not how far you lunge, but do 3 to 5 of those lunges where you're stepping back to about a 45-degree angle. Okay, we've made it to the last of our dynamic warm-up exercises that I'm going to recommend, and these are our leg swings. So you need an immovable object like this post here. So we're going to swing the inner leg, the leg closest to the immovable object. We'll have our hand on the object for support. The other hand resting on the hip, and then we're going to bend the knee up, and we're going to extend the leg back, gradually increasing the range of motion that we swing back and extend. Try to minimize arching in your back when you're doing this, and also try to minimize motion of the pelvis. So you don't want to be kind of swinging up and down like this. You want to keep the pelvis in its normal or neutral position, and then just swing the legs and not the pelvis. So I recommend performing 15 to 20 of those on each side. So for the other leg, I would just turn around and swing the inner leg again. So leg swings forward to back. The last exercise we'll do our leg swings side to side. So I guess I'll have to face this way. So you're just going to swing the leg across your body, just gradually increasing the range of motion. Just like this, and perform 15 to 20 on each side of each leg. So those are dynamic warm-up exercises that I recommend before all of your run workouts. Now, if you're doing a high intensity type workout, I will show you a couple of other exercises that I recommend that you do. So these are going to be kind of higher intensity warm-ups. So the first one will be kind of a running or jogging high knees. So we did walking high knees before. Now we're going to increase the pace of those high knees and try to get those knees up as high as you can and perform, I would perform about 25 to 30 of those. Another exercise that you might want to do, you could do this as well as the running or jogging high knees, or you could do it in place, would be power skips. So you're swinging your opposite arm and getting up as high as you can, just like this. And I would recommend performing at least 5 to 10 power skips on each leg. All right, another exercise that I recommend are kind of the butt kicks, but at a faster pace. So we did walking butt kicks or butt flicks before. Now you're going to kick at a more rapid rate and probably get closer to your glutes. You can see I was actually kicking them, and I would recommend performing 25 to 30 of those. All right, the last exercise will be karaoke. So this is great for warming up the outer hips. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a step to one side, and then you're going to alternate crossing the other foot in front, then in back. So I'll do this at a little bit faster pace. So front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back, and so on. And I recommend that you do 10 to 15 steps to each side. So basically, you'll step, go in front, step, and back. That will be like one repetition, so doing about 10 to 15 repetitions to one side, and then doing that to the other side. Okay, so hopefully after that you will be all warmed up. I know I'm certainly warmed up now. If you have any questions on any of these exercises, please feel free to contact me at brian@denverrunningcoach.com. Brian spelled B-R-I-A-N. Or you can leave a comment or question in the comment box below. I look forward to hearing from you, and until next time, I wish you the best with your workouts. See you later.